As you see, we've got a nice big thick black marker pen line, which is in some ways a bit too thick, but we're going to cut to this inner edge, which is the edge of the bit that we are retaining. Now going to bring the line right up in line with the edge of our workbench, and then get that accurately positioned along the sharp corner edge of the workbench, and then we'll put a piece of, in this case, decking timber across and clamp it down with 2 solo clamps. Just in case you're wondering about my black line, I've now actually turned the sheet around so as the smaller piece, the waste piece, is dangling over the edge of the bench, whatever the bench is called. But the bit we want to retain is right up against the corner edge of our workbench, and it is now clamped tightly and uniformly with a bit of old decking timber held on firmly with 2 solo clamps. Wearing your gloves and using a craft knife with a substantial handle and a sharp new blade finds best, because I tried it earlier on and the blade wasn't sharp enough. It made it a lot more difficult, so we've now got a nice new sharp blade, and we're going to score along the edge of that piece of decking timber 2, maybe 3 times. Make sure you get a good depth of score with the knife, and then we're just going to break it off. I say just. Just now work along the edge of your bit of decking board, or if you've got a piece of angle iron, it's even better, because your knife won't then potentially run into the wood and tear into the wood. But I'm just going to go gently and steadily along the line. Let's give it a good score, nice deep. And again. Firm pressure, steady speed. Make sure you get from one end to right to the very end of the other, otherwise you'll end up with a damaged sheet. I'm going to go for a 3rd score as well. There we are. I might just spin around and just do another little, excuse my big body, and then just have another little score from this end, just to make sure that we've got that scored last little bit, because sometimes with the clamps there you don't always get it. Now the moment of truth, with your gloves on, apply firm pressure and break the clear polystyrene sheeting away from the line you've scored towards the ground, and hopefully it'll break off. And although we've broken the bit left over, which luckily is the bit we don't want, either has scored reasonably tidily. Just cut off the plastic sheeting. That bit got broken, unfortunately, so it's just as well we use the waste side to press down on. That took a fair bit of pressure, but as you can see, it seems to have cut a pretty smooth line, certainly adequate for our purposes for glazing a garden shed. As you hopefully saw from my demonstration, it did take quite a lot of pressure to break the sheeting, so do bear that in mind.